Hey guys, and welcome to Leaguecraft 101. I know it's been a while, but hopefully the break for the next video won't be so long. So today I'm going to talk about priority, what it is, how to get it, and how to use it to win games, especially when even or behind. Priority is simply being able to walk up to your corresponding enemy and force them back because they can't fight you. Priority is the engine that drives high-level and competitive play because it allows you to branch out your decision trees and close out the mid-game. So I've already taught the laning techniques to get priority, but there's one very important piece missing. Have you ever wondered why high elo Ezreal players rush Iceborne Gauntlet after Tia without finishing Mana Mune? Or why Twisted Fate players go Catalyst into Rod of Ages? Or why sometimes LeBlanc rushes Negatron Cloak into a lot of AP matchups? The reason is because defensive builds mean that you can't die to an all-in if you're on full health. This means that you can always assist a jungle gank without dying. And it also means that you'll win trades, because your magic pen is more valuable than theirs. For example, 82 magic resist with Negatron Cloak, reduced by precision and runes, is a 4% damage increase, whereas 42 magic resist reduced by precision and runes is a 7% damage increase. The downside of building defensive though, is that your one-shot threat is severely reduced, so your roams are less potent. In this example, I'm on full health and I have a Negatron, so I know that Syndra can't kill me in one rotation. I start killing this ward because I know Syndra is in the bush and will try to stop me. After successfully baiting her, I can face tank her entire damage and survive. If I build damage, I can easily get one shot and will have to give up a lot of farm, which heavily hurts my scaling. This means that if I build defensive, I'll eventually gain priority and be able to kill her in the mid game while she can't kill me, which will force her back. If I had Lichbane and Deathcap in this situation, instead of Roa Abyssal, I would always have to play in fear of getting one shot and never be able to force her back. So now priority by itself doesn't really give me anything. I mean, if I make you sit at your turret, it doesn't get me gold or experience. Maybe I deny you a few minions to the turret each wave, but that alone isn't enough to create a game-ending lead. So when you have priority, the enemy can't stop you from crashing a wave into turret. Continuously crashing waves into turret allows you to do four main things. The first thing you can do is steal chicken camp by yourself. Each time you steal the 5 small chickens, it's a 100 gold swing. And if you can get the big one as well, it's a 220 gold swing, but that's a bit more risky. So when you push the wave into the turret, the risk for taking this camp is almost zero, because the enemy laner has to deal with the minion wave you just sent, and you should be able to clear the chickens in one rotation and escape from their jungler quite easily. LeBlanc is especially good at this, because she can clear the camp without having to walk over the wall. The second thing that crashing waves does is it allows your jungler to invade, because you'll be able to back them up faster than the enemy mid can back up their jungler. Even though the enemy is technically closer than you, they're going to have to rotate the long way round because you have priority over them, so they can't fight you. If both jungle and mid have priority, the enemy jungle will have to concede every camp, and there's no one to help because the enemy mid is pinned down. From there, your jungler should be able to win top and bot for you while you pin down their mid laner. In this example, top and jungle have priority, while mid and bot are even. They can invade and win mid lane for me without me having to do anything. Then, once mid, top, and jungle have priority, even though bot lane is losing, we can collapse on their bottom jungle and win bot lane for them. After this, we can just take over their jungle and minion crash dive every lane and take all their turrets. So the third option is to push and roam. Usually you'll want a minion crash dive, but sometimes you could just come from behind overextended enemies and kill them. The final thing you can do is to just get your teammate to dive them while you're crashing the waves in. If you manage to kill anyone off any of these methods, you can just forcefully take Dragon or Rift Herald. In order to close out a game where you have priority, your goal is to stop your teammates who are ahead from throwing and to make your teammates who are behind self-sufficient. This works best as a jungler because you aren't losing lane farm when you roam. In this clip, Lee Sin knows Olaf is going to gank top because Rumble is overextending. As such, he gets a successful counter gank off and gets first blood. So always be thinking about what the enemy jungler wants to do and make efforts to shut it down. If you're a laner, During laning phase, you should try to push and roam to deter people in the side lanes from making a move. In this clip, I'm Malzahar, and I'm pushing to roam bot to deter bot lane from dying. Brand has two choices. He can either try and follow me, but since I have priority, he has to take the long way round because I could be hiding in a bush and kill him. The other choice he has is to push. If Brand tries to push up mid, we can just double back and kill him. For this reason, it's very important to have a pink ward on your roam path so they don't know whether you've completed your roam or not. In the mid game, I personally prefer just to stop my teammates who are ahead from throwing. This involves a lot of pushing, then running through pink wards and hiding in bushes. The easiest way to do this is identify who's most likely to get ganked and then wait patiently and counter gank. As I said before, think about how likely your Yasuo or Riven player is to overextend and get ganked, and then take measures against it. In this clip, I know Riven is most likely to get ganked because she's the furthest up the map. When I'm doing this, I need to make sure I'm not seen by the enemy minions when passing by the Krug wall. So I look at the corresponding position of our minions and notice that they're at our inhibitor turret. So I know that the only way I'm seen is if there's a ward in the bush opposite red. Once I see Lux put a ward in that bush, I know there wasn't a ward there, so I can wait here patiently for someone to come, and then we can kill them and get a free turret. By identifying the lane most likely to throw and preventing it, you'll find that you'll convert a lot more games into wins and also make your teammates feel good, which makes them play better. So that's it for this episode. I would note that if you're building a defensive item to get lane priority, the crucial point is that your defensive item needs to build into something that's optimal for your champion. For example, in bot lane, Ezreal can build armor to get bot priority, but that's only good because it builds into Iceborne Gauntlet. In mid, Xerath really wants to avoid building Negatron Cloak if he can help it, because the Abyssal passive doesn't apply to his spells. So if you can master all these strategies, you'll find that a lot more of your games will transition from win lane into win game. For a more bot-centric focus on transitioning a one lane into a one game, refer to episode 18. Top lane transitions their lead very similar to mid lane, but they have the added benefit of having access to teleport. I'll discuss using teleport more in depth in a later episode. So thanks for watching guys, and remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.